The kick is up and good. Joey Black converts, and it's a 7-0 lead for the freshman. So that's a nice start to this game for the freshman team as they take the opening ball and go down the field, have the big pass play down inside the 10 to solidify that scoring drive.
And I believe the freshman, I think last year, had an opening drive for a touchdown.
And here is your Georgia Army National Guard scoring summary. 7 plays, 70 yards, 2.5 minutes, 1-yard touchdown run by Musser. So now the sophomore is going to go on offense for the first time today.
These big linemen trying to scoop it up.
Yeah. It'd be easier if it had a handle.
Oh, man, yeah.
So I could just pick it up. Doesn't have a handle on it. What am I supposed to do with that, Coach?
Like a cooler. Drag it like a cooler.
So let's see who runs out there on offense to start this game for the sophomores. Got 3 candidates: Davis Strickland from Morgan County, Brody McWhorter from Cass, who's already a highly sought-after sophomore, and Jet Napier, who's the son of Matt Napier and the nephew of Billy Napier, the Florida Gators head coach. And he's the starting quarterback at LaGrange.
What a run by Cass to the playoffs, eventually ended with Coffee.
Nice run to start the game. That's Kamari Farmer. Anybody who watched high school football on GPB or Peachtree TV this year saw Kamari Farmer, saw how special he was.
Yes.
Man, just the season that he had. I mean, the
amazing.
To go from a guy, you're going to stand on the sideline all year and watch Bryce Hicks earn All-State. That didn't happen. In and out of the hands of the target at the 41-yard line. That was Jude Cascone, the tight end from Walton, who was the intended target. And there's Brody McWhorter.
Yep. Tell you, he had a game. We had him against Cartersville, a game that got down to the last play of the game, basically. And then we had him again. We had Cass 3 times, and I'm telling you, when he played, Cale was the best game he played all year. He was fantastic in that game.
Led them to a first-round victory there. They eventually got to the quarterfinals.
First time in school history,
finished 7-6. It was arguably, not from a win standpoint, but from a playoff advancement standpoint, greatest season in program history.
Good job there defensively. Freshman stringing that out. You see that's Max Brown, 23 there to goal.
That was C.J. Dockery on the run. What a finals he had for the Wolverines with 3 touchdown receptions in that victory over Swainsboro.
Look at Max Brown run that down. Nice play. He wound up starting at Jefferson as a freshman as the year went on.
8 minutes, 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. 7-0 lead for the freshmen. McWhorter's got 6 offers: Florida State, Mississippi State, USF, UAB, Vandy, and Minnesota.
Yeah, he is a true dual threat.
6'2", 191. Sophomore, long way to go in his recruitment and in his high school career. Now here's his dual threat ability on full display as he gets tracked down by Brown at the 43.
That's where he can hurt you, man. He's got a great arm, but I'm telling you, he is slippery, and he can get upfield in a hurry.
Picks up the first down right there with that run.
Speed of the game right here. Good big left tackle, 71 from Paulding County. Tyreek Jamison played in this game last year as a freshman with his 6'6", 320.
I mean, you're talking about a sophomore now at that size. Ball is thrown downfield by McWhorter right there on a dart at the 30-yard line. Completion goes to Kobe Lewis out of Kennesaw Mountain. So when you look at a guy like Tyreek Jamison, 6'6", 330.
He looks just like kind of Daniel Calhoun, even 71 there. You know what I'm saying, the number?
So when you talk about a guy like that, where is the recruitment at this point?
It's about to start. Like in
because you see a guy like Zyke Helton.
Yes. He played this game last year.
Yeah, at Carrollton, and he's already committed to Alabama.
Yep, he played right tackle in this game last year. Now he's a center at Carrollton.
Right up the middle, Kamari Farmer.
So this sophomore group in the blue jerseys, when the college recruiting opens up again in January for 10 days for coaches to be on the road, this is who they're going to see in person. Can I see that sophomore tackle you got? Can't talk to him, but you can eye him up and you can watch him work out in the weight room. So these kids right here, even if they don't have offers now, they're about to come front and center in the recruiting world.
Clock now goes under 6 minutes to play here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 for the sophomores as they're trying to snap back from the opening touchdown drive by the freshmen. McWhorter scrambling to his right, looking downfield, throws to the end zone and nearly intercepted, and maybe it was. They're going to count that as an interception and a touchback. What a play by Blaze Battaglia from Milton.
Yes, nice job on the. See where he wants his receiver to keep going. Just threw that a little bit late. He probably wants to have that one back because he could have ran that in for a touchdown.
How about Blaze Battaglia, another one of those freshmen? He was on the 2 deep depth chart for the 7A state champions.
Yep, look at Israel Troop there. He's had a great week. I believe Blaze's dad played NFL as well.
Yes, I think you're right.
Mm-hmm. Nice play.
So Teddy Gerard, the aforementioned freshman star out of North Cobb Christian, now in there running the show. High snap over his head, back inside the 5 and covers it at the 3.
And that's one thing he didn't see much all week and just kind of got some nerves there. Listen to it, it's a different cadence as well. Little things like that.
Let's see, was that who was snapping? Was that Bryson Jenkins? Was it 58?
Around in 58, yeah. They had Jackson Williams in at center from Calhoun the first drive.
Hand off and nothing doing. Stonewall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain for Bo Queen, freshman running back out of Calhoun.
Is that James Morrow? Did James Morrow at Buford?
Yeah, 9 offers, including Georgia.
Let me tell you something. With Bryce Wright in the 2026 class, that is one of the next ones. He was banged up a little bit this year, but I'm telling you, James Morrow will be another Power 5 SEC, ACC recruit out of Buford. Had a really good week.
Run here by Gerard. Going to be shoved out of bounds at the 8-yard line, 9-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd down and long. So you mentioned actually that's 4th down. Pardon.
Yeah, had a bad snap.
Yeah, the bad snap. So 4th down, they're going to be punting out of their own end zone now. Here's Joey Black, freshman there from the Jefferson Dragons, and the snapper here is Zayden Lassiter.
That's right. Yep.
Bleckley County, his dad Von Lassiter, the head coach of the Royals. Number 77, standing up, giving you a good look at him right there.
Yeah, I had a good chance to talk with him last time I saw him. He was knee-high to Marius Mims. Now he's playing an all-star game. I'm going to back up a little bit, I think.
Well, there's no rush.
No rush, look.
And that's a bad punt. Under no rush. And that's just a situation where a young man panicked a little bit.
Yep.
There's no rush. Just take your time, regroup, and kick it.
Yep. And let me tell you something. It's also the first time he's ever kicked on TV as a freshman. So he's got Coach Truba, he got all game to regroup.
So a tough break right there for the gold team, and the Blues going to take over at the 15-yard line. They get it right back after having that ball intercepted in the end zone.
Yeah, almost the same spot.
Davis Strickland becomes the 3rd quarterback used by the sophomores. BSN Sports Red Zone for the sophomores. Going to toss it here. Ball goes to Tyler Stevens. Tyler Stevens out of Macon County, reportedly, according to his huddle page, runs a 4.340.
He's quick. Quarterback Davis Strickland out of Morgan County. This is the nephew of Eric Zier.
He was 51 of 99 passing, 684 yards, 6 touchdowns this season.
Split some time with a senior there, and he'll most likely be the next guy at Morgan County, and he's had a good week of practice.
Hand off in the middle there for Stevens. 5'6", 160 sophomore running back. He gets inside the 5, 4.5.
Got big Bo Ball in there, played in this game last year, played for Cedartown, started as a freshman, played on that state championship team or state championship game.
Cedartown?
Yeah, we did that game. And he's a sophomore at center, number 68. Looked at him the other day. I said, Bo, how big are you now? He said, about 305. First time I saw Bo Ball, he was probably 240. Like that he's moved to center, helps him there.
At 6'4", 304, though, he's going to have options. The center, of course, is a prime spot. If you
sure,
can do,
if you can snap,
if
yes.
you can do it
and move, move a little bit.
But at 6'4", he's right there, and he's just a sophomore. What, you're thinking 6'6", maybe?
Maybe 6'4", 6'5". But the value with him is if you play him at guard, you always know he can snap.
Yes.
So he's got that out of the way.
Still spitting rain a little bit here in Rome, Georgia.
I think that's trick photography. I think Roddy White, our cameraman's trying to mess with me. That's trick photography, I believe, our producer. I don't allow it to rain in Rome on game nights.
Well, it's not much of a rain now. Second down and 2. Second down and goal, I should say, from the 5. Strickland in there, third quarterback used by the sophomores today. Handoff goes to Will Rajecki. He's going to get in there for the touchdown.
This young man here is a name to know. Now, I'm telling you, you got those quick feet. He's had a really good year.
Playing for the Sequoia Chiefs.
Yeah, I believe his granddad played at Georgia, played for Vince Dooley.
He did.
So, he's got the Bulldog blood in him. But watched a couple highlights of him last night at practice, and you just see those different feet on running backs. He's able to cut in and out of holes. He's got some burst to him. I think he's going to be a kid that's really going to get on the scene here this year for Sequoia.
5'11", 180 sophomore. Alex Brock on for the PAT. Now, he's just a freshman, but he's kicking for the sophomores.
Yeah, we had a spot open in
Cedar Grove.
Yep.
Saw him the first game of the season, the first game of the regular season we worked on GPB, and they went down to the wire, back and forth, lost by 1 point Westlake, but met with his dad after the game, and he gives Cedar Grove something they haven't often had, and that's a kicking weapon.
And Creekside did this year as well. We got soccer players. Funny, Emma Johnson, who works for us for Score Atlanta, one of our interns. Go ahead and give this resume.
Yeah, this is brought to you by Sports Turf. This is the Sean O'Sullivan coaching resume. He's leading the sophomores, currently the head coach at his alma mater, which is Pope High School, previously the head coach at Centennial for a couple of seasons, and North Atlanta before that really kind of set the stage for the success that Jamie Ohl and them have had.
Yep.
And played his college football at Mars Hill.
He's done a great job and did a really good job at Centennial, but when Pope came open, chance to go home, he took that program over. Touching base with you, talk with Emma Johnson, our intern. She's a cheerleader at Marietta, and she comes up to me and she goes, "We played Westlake in the playoffs. They have the biggest football player I've ever seen." I said, Juan Gaston. I said, yeah. He's 6'8", 330. Yeah.
It's a big man.
That is a monster. I said, oh, by the way, he's a junior.
I actually saw him. He didn't play basketball, but I was doing the Battle for Georgia at Lake Point Sports over the summer.
Yeah.
He was on the roster, but he didn't play.
Yeah. Well, I have a picture. I went to see.
I would post him up any day.
I went to see Trayvon Walker play summer league basketball.
He played in that Battle for Georgia tournament.
I was there.
Yeah.
I had no idea he was guarding a guy named Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
And I took a picture of him. Thank goodness.
Couple of first round
the number one picks. Number ones. So
just different sports.
I got a picture of Anthony Edwards trying to dunk on Trayvon Walker.
So what happened?
It did not go down. But listen, I'm not trying to.
But did Anthony Edwards go down on his back?
I don't know, but I know this. I don't do the basketball, but when the game was over, I went and asked the guy that was in charge. I said, "Who is that?" And he goes, "He's going to be one of the top 2 or 3 in the country."
Correct. He's the number one.
He was number 1. Yeah. I said, that dude's different now. But Trayvon, I mean, he loved it. He played great. I bet Trayvon had 12, 14 points that game.
I think that's one of the amazing things. We did the Corky Kell Dave Hunter, basketball classic, the first one ever at Norcross a couple of weeks ago. And when you start getting that influx of football players into the basketball roster, it hadn't quite happened yet, but kid from Norcross, A.J. Watkins, Ezra Harrison in there quarterback now. He becomes the third quarterback used by the freshmen. He's out of Monroe area.
We had him at a summer camp this year, and we basically had a little summer tryout for some spots. And normally wasn't going to take a quarterback, but he had such a good day. I said, you know what, this guy's earned this. This is why you're here. And we took him off a summer camp, and he was one of the first freshmen made the team.
Well, a quick 3-and-out for the freshman on that series. And Joey Black is back out there to punt.
And you're talking about losing, I'm talking about basketball. I love a two-sport. I love a two-sport. J.R. Harris, the freshman quarterback, had a great year at Central Carrollton. Obviously was invited, much better punt. Obviously, well, didn't get the bounce. Obviously, got an invite from us for this game. But he called and said, look, I'm playing in the freshman All-American game, and I want to play basketball after Christmas. I said, you go play basketball after Christmas. You go do all that stuff. But I love that was the reason why he's not here tonight, is he's playing basketball.
The two-sport and the rare three-sport athlete.
Sure.
One for all seasons, right?
Yep.
You play football, and then you're either wrestling or you're basketball.
Yep. Then track
and
or
then
baseball.
you're either baseball or track.
Yes. Yep.
And I think we're starting to trend back towards that a little bit.
Some of that for sure. Yep.
Ball at the 49-yard line. And the lefty quarterback heaves it out here to the 50. That's Jet Napier making his first appearance of the game. Ball goes to C.J. Dockery.
Give a shout out to Matt Napier at LaGrange, because for the last 3 years, now they didn't do as many this year because they had some things going on, but LaGrange has always supported this game. He sends 7 or 8 minimum every single year. So we're glad to have his son this year and see what he can do.
Going to hand off on this play. Bounce to the outside and inside the 40, all the way down to the 38-yard line. That's Ashton Gochette out of Campbell. First time we've seen him carry the ball here today.
He got some wiggle. He had some bounce to him, too, didn't he?
5'9", 180. So they've had, that makes 1, 2, 3. That's the fourth different running back who's carried the ball for the sophomore team here in the first quarter, which, by the way, just ended. Heading to the second quarter in Rome, sophomores and freshmen tied at 7.
This is a Peachtree Sports Network weather update, powered by Atlanta News First.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Valdez. It is going to be a cold night across North and Middle Georgia. South Georgia is going to feel that chill as well. Even some flurries possible in the North Georgia mountains, especially those highest elevations as we head through the late evening and overnight hours. Saturday morning, you may see a little bit of accumulating snow on those grassy surfaces of the North Georgia mountains. Otherwise, we've got a great day ahead on Saturday before clouds start to build in late Sunday. Certainly we'll see some clouds on New Year's Eve. For tonight, it will be cold. Temperatures in the mid to low 30s across North and Middle Georgia, but even along the coast, we're dropping to the mid to upper 30s. Then as we head through the day on Saturday, temperatures will be in the 40s and 50s, right around 52 in Macon, only mid 40s in Atlanta.
Power Nation is your source for authentic automotive how-to. Detroit Muscle, celebrating the passion and performance of Motor City Cool. Truck Tech, smoking the streets, and tackling the trails are just part of highway hauling fun. Engine power, it's high cranking performance with the science of speed and torque. And our newest show, Carcass, imagination, fabrication, and plenty of perspiration. Let the thrill begin. Power Nation.
Start of the second quarter, Barron Stadium in Rome still raining just a little bit here. Looks like it's eased up a little bit, but been raining since we started this freshman and sophomore game. Tied at 7, Matt Stewart, Rusty Mansell. Thanks for joining us. Full day of the Georgia Elite Classic. Handoff goes to Gochette. And he battles down to the 26-yard line. Nice strong run by Ashton Gauchette.
Okay, they don't have the biggest running backs, but, man, they hit the hole quick.
No, I've been impressed by all of them.
Yeah, all three of them. I'm trying to figure out, make sure it wasn't the same guy.
So I think we have an ID on the number 9.
And I know exactly who that is.
And it's Andrew Beard.
It's Garrison Hurst's nephew. Played last year.
I think he was 44 on the original roster, so that's where the confusion set in.
Yep, Andrew Beard played linebacker and running back last year a little bit, and got some Georgia Bulldog uncles on the bloodlines here.
Yeah, we got a lot of DNA in this game.
Yes, we do.
Some good football DNA filtering down, either directly from fathers or from uncles and cousins.
Tell you what, man, they're not the biggest group.
Kobe Lewis on the run.
This little freshman group can run. Keon Cleland from number 22 from St. Francis. Man, he covered some ground there.
Yeah, Cleland listed as a free safety on his huddle.
Yep.
5'10", 150. There he is playing on that deep safety position.
Yep.
22.
Good job there.
3rd and 7.
See if they can get off the field.
Big run, gaping hole, touchdown run for Kamari Farmer, never touched. Well, how many times did he do that this year?
I tell you, man, what a story for him. What a year. Watch how quick he is. Sealed off the edge. Nobody home. That's an easy one for him.
23-yard touchdown run for Kamari Farmer. I mean, you talk about stepping up into big shoes. How many of us, when watching that game on ESPN, Langston Hughes and Carrollton, we saw Bryce Hicks go down in the first 90 seconds of that game, and it flashed into our mind, well, there goes their state championship hopes.
Yep. Yo, I did.
Now, ultimately, they didn't win the state championship. They didn't get past Walton in the quarterfinals.
Yep.
But it wasn't because they lost Bryce Hicks.
Yeah, Bryce Hicks, unfortunate for him. He's still unsigned, but I can tell you that there's going to be some teams that's going to pick up for him a little bit, especially in January. But one of the most dynamic players from the running back position in the Wildcat. He was such a threat, man, on every play. He could kick return, he could punt return.
He can catch the ball. He can play.
If he caught the ball in the backfield, he'd take it to the house on you.
I mean, he could even play, a defensive back position and help you out in need, and he did sometimes, not a lot.
Yep.
They don't have to play a lot of guys both ways there, but in those special occasions you get in the playoffs, it happens. And certainly wish him the best. I mean, we of course held out hope the entire season that somehow there would be a miraculous recovery and he'd be able to get back. Just never did happen for him, but you feel confident he's going to get a spot somewhere?
I don't want to get into his business, but I did check with some people that know him this week, and they said that several schools are in on him, but if he doesn't get anything where he's comfortable at, he has 2 PWO offers to 2 major programs.
Well, good.
So I don't want to get in his business, but you're going to see him, in my opinion, in one way or another at either a Power 5 or G5 on film. And I think he's fine with that.
Well, nowadays it doesn't really matter.
No.
If you start G5,
it doesn't matter.
May end up Power 5 in a couple of years.
Yep, certainly. But I do think he's going to have some options. And
I certainly hope so.
Yes.
Such a dynamic player that junior season.
Oh, my goodness.
I thought he was the most underrated player in the state relative to what his recruiting rankings are, relative to what his production actually was.
At the level.
Yeah.
At the level. And listen, I've done both sides of that, so I understand. But I also understand what you call boots on the ground. And I saw him play big games, and I saw what he did against Mill Creek. Even though they lost, I saw how dynamic he was against one of the best teams in the country.
Musser back in there at quarterback. Comes running to this near side and goes down at the 45.
I tell you, he's hurt him a little bit with his legs as well. He did this yesterday in practice. a lot of the zone read keeps, and he was hurting the defense with run plays.
So you think there's a little pressure be starting quarterback at Prince Avenue? 2020, it was Brock Vandergriff, who went to Georgia, 5-star. He's now at Kentucky.
Aaron Philo.
Aaron Philo just finished up his great career as a 3-year starter, led him to 2 state championships, and he set the all-time passing record at the state, and now going to Georgia Tech.
I'll tell you what, that's another good throw by Musser, and what I liked about that, he got outside the pocket, and they layered this, they got a guy underneath, but he hits the drag back behind. And that's a nice ball on the run.
Yeah, no doubt. Musser has shown us that ability to throw on the run.
Yep.
And the key there with that is when you run, your feet need to be, your eyes need to be downfield,
Yes.
not looking at your feet.
Yep, and you got to be able to set and throw. He'll work. He'll get a lot of work in the offseason with John Rick, and you know he may not win the job, but he'll be one of those players. He's going to play some for Prince, no doubt.
Now I have not seen Bobo play the quarterback position. Ball nearly caught on the tip.
You know, Jake's he's come a long way. I think it was a really good move for him personally to get into the Prince offense and spend a year and watch Aaron Philo.
He played linebacker, too. He was a starting linebacker.
He plays linebacker, too, and he can run. He's a thicker kid. Works with his granddad, George Bobo, longtime high school offensive quarterback coach. Works with John Rick as well. So, you know, those guys are going to have a great shot, but, you know, right now you kind of look at maybe an older guy with what you've got coming back, but I don't know that this is going to play out through the spring and summer, and who knows, it might play out through 4 or 5 games there. They got a really, really tough schedule.
Promises to be a compelling quarterback battle for the 2-time defending state champions.
They got a great, and I'm talking about a great offensive line coming back.
That's Andrew Beard.
Yes.
Making the run right there for the freshman.
Lincoln County.
Go get his first down, baby.
Be interesting. I mean, it's tough when you
4th and 4
from Lincoln County, the great history. Larry Campbell, the head coach. Garrison Hurst, the running back. Anything short of state championships is kind of a disappointment there. Musser throwing on the run. Strong ball, touchdown. How about that? Aiden Peterson or who do we say number 2 was? They changed that on the roster.
Keon
Sanderford.
Yes.
Sanderford with the catch.
You'll see Prince Avenue to Athens Academy for a touchdown here, but another good play. Look at Musser directing traffic, keeps his eyes down the field, 4th and 4. Flips this ball right on the money. And Sanderford, I'm telling you, his head coach, Josh Alexander, is sitting 2 doors down from us right now, and he just raves on this young man. He played a game last year, you remember.
He lit it up last year.
He was a great player last year.
Yeah, Keon Sanderford and Davis Munkus both lit it up last year as 8th graders. And Keon Sanderford lighting it up here as a freshman. Staying with it. And what about the throw from Ben Musser right there? Off balance. I mean, he's running to the sideline, really away from his throwing motion, and still was able to get off a nice shot downfield.
Hard to do. Hard to reset there.
That goes for 35 yards.
There's these freshmen hanging around.
So Musser has passed for 1 touchdown, and he's run for a touchdown. And we're tied at 14. This is already easily headed towards the highest scoring game we've had.
We
the
got a shootout. We got a shootout here. It's the coldest game of the night. Yeah, I like that. Just bounce once. There you go, bow ball. That says Cedartown 2 Sports playing baseball as well. Scoop that thing up a ground ball.
So the sophomores head back out on offense. Once again, game tied at 14. Matt Stewart along with Rusty Mansell. Thanks for joining us. Hearty crowd here today. We've had a great crowd, I thought. You know, starting bright and early this morning.
I've said it all day, and I'll say it again. If that group of people out there don't love their kids, nobody's judging them tonight.
Ball at the 30-yard line. McWater goes to the outside. Play gets blown up. I think that was Jaleel Parham. Was it 21?
Yeah, I believe so. Orange helmet.
Yeah, Jaleel Parham. He's from Parkview, freshman defensive back.
Yeah, coach. Their coach's staff hit me up and said, "Hey, we got a free safety and we got a corner. Take a look." I said, "Okay."
And the corner's wearing 21, of course, because that's the number the corner's wearing.
That's right.
Ever since Dion.
See how long he is right here, number 3 at the bottom of your screen, freshman.
Ball goes out, and let's see if they rule that a catch. Incomplete's going to be the call.
And they're having problems. You already brought him up. Freshman Christian Hunter, 45 from Milton. And they are having problems blocking him.
Yeah, get a good look at that guy. You want to see a future conference defensive lineman.
Look at 45.
As a 9th grader, that's what they look like.
Yeah. When you play for the 7A state champs as a freshman.
Yeah. And he started about half the season. He was in a full-blown battle for the starting job. And, talked to Ben Reeves, and we did their games a lot. 1 week he'd start, the other week the other guy'd start, and it was just a full-blown battle. But just the fact that a 9th grader is battling for the starting job and regardless is going to play a lot of snaps.
You see the yellow helmet, the bright yellow? That's
Oregon Ducks.
That's DJ Rump.
Okay.
So
another Milton kid.
Another Milton kid. Both of those young men just went down to Naples and played in the Adidas Freshman All-American game about 10 days ago.
Now, Rump was a guy, I don't know that he was on the varsity roster. I don't think I ever saw him.
He dressed out.
I don't think he played
Didn't
much.
play much, no. But they trust me, he's next in line there with that D-line. Yeah, very, very, he's that pass rushing end, and he'll play beside Hunter, I'm sure, for many days.
Well, Milton's an interesting story, and certainly they're going to go into 2024 as the team to beat, in my mind.
Me too.
In 5A, and would be in 6A, too. If they were playing in 6A, they would be the team to beat. And, of course, with the shuffling of the classifications, what was 7A is now 6A, what was 6A is now 5A. So they went down. They should have been in 6A this year. They played up the last couple of years. This time they've elected not to play up.
And I talked with some of their staff last night, and this is what I love about that Milton decision. Everybody was on board, obviously, playing in 6A for football. But they thought it would be fair to every sport at Milton to have the opportunity. And I agree, there's not much different. When you're in Roswell and Gainesville's region, you're okay football-wise.
No, it's tough football.
That's what I'm saying, you're not going from 7A to 2A.
I mean, do you think you were getting a break if you were playing Thomas County Central? I mean, the 6A champions?
No doubt. Yeah, or
Douglas County.
We were talking about
or Woodward Academy.
We were talking about last night. You think anybody want to play Rome in 2017?
Yeah.
Nobody did in the state.
Yeah, so I mean the classifications, they're there for attendance purposes.
But I love the decision for all sports. I'm a girl dad. I feel like that's a fairness to everyone. You got opportunity to try to level it off competition for everyone else, and I love the decision.
So it's going to be interesting to see, but certainly they're going to be a team that is a state championship contender again, if not even more so than they were this year. But I thought it was funny when I talked to Ben Reeves late in the season. I felt like, I said, Coach, this seems a lot like the 2018 season to me.
Just got hot.
Yeah, because you didn't necessarily start the season hot, and they played a tough schedule. They lost to the team out of Florida, down in South Florida, in adverse conditions.
Yep.
I mean, there was like a lake on the sideline, bad field conditions, but lost the game nonetheless. And they lost to, North Cobb. That was it. That was the last game they lost, and then they ended up rattling off, I think, 9-10 wins in a row. But after 5 games, they were 3-2. And so they're 3-2, while 7A has Buford, Carrollton, Walton, Colquitt County, Mill Creek, all those teams undefeated. Nobody gave Milton a second thought.
Nobody.
Not even when the playoffs started.
Even when they won the coin toss at home against Colquitt, I was like, this is it for them. They're a year away, you know.
But Luke Nickel, what a job he did. I saw where the AJC named him the 7A, quarterback, offensive player of the year.
Yep, a great year. Man, he reminds me so. Does he not remind you so much of Jake Fromm?
Yeah, I mean he's
just
so smart.
Much.
He's so smart.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, like a great comparison thing.
He is so smart, and the way he controlled that game against Colquitt County, I mean, he kept walking up to the line and reading the box, and I'm going to run the ball.
Yeah. And
they never were able to adapt to that.
We're going to get back-to-back stops finally.
Bo Queen running back out of Calhoun. Caden Williams ends up going to
Liberty.
He stuck with Liberty. Yep.
Signed with Liberty.
Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
I knew he was committed to him forever.
Had an injury, kind of kept him out his senior year a little bit, and I think his best playing days are ahead of him. There's a great opportunity at Liberty.
Yeah, they're playing in the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, I believe Missouri and Ohio State are about
on the offense.
Kick off here in about 30 minutes. We skip halftime. I can catch that second half. Marvin Harrison announced today he is not playing, which I don't think anyone was going to be surprised. All of a sudden, Brock Bowers and Amarius Mims show up at practice today.
Ready to play.
That's a Kirby Smart special. Those guys, they can't show up on the day before. They dress out, and they're just, man, always chess pieces there.
How about the tough deal for Florida State?
Yeah, bad deal.
It is. I mean, they have had so many players opt out, transfer portal, if not opting out. And, certainly in my book, and not to get on a soapbox, I thought they deserved a spot in the, in the college football playoff. An undefeated, a power conference team, ACC. I thought they deserved it.
I wish.
Now, are we going to go to the argument, are they one of the four best or one of the most four deserving? And what bothers me about the whole committee, and hopefully we're beyond this going to a 12-team playoff in the future, is they play both sides of the fence.
Yep.
I mean, within the same selection process. Well, this team isn't deserving because of this, or this team is deserving because of this, and they use whatever argument. They make their decision, then they tailor the argument, then they tailor the answer to meet their decisions.
Yeah, if everyone dropped Florida State, they still dropped Florida State the week before.
Yeah.
Because what was the difference? They won 2 weeks in a row.
But again, hopefully we're beyond all that going to a 12-team playoff.
I would take, if I had one rule change and I could make it tonight, the transfer portal window would not be open until the bowl season was over.
Right.
Period.
I mean, we had Tate Rodemaker just he entered the portal,
Malik Murphy did too.
Yeah,
Texas is in the playoffs, and he went to leave.
Yeah.
He didn't want to leave, but the timing he had to.
2nd down and 7.
He didn't want to leave when he had to.
Ball goes out there. Wow. Swapping some leather right there. Crawford. That's a big lick on number 4.
Yeah, Rajecki.
Will Rajecki.
Yeah, both of those guys.
That's a big collision.
Watch this collision. These two young men. Both of them tried to finish this off with their shoulder pads down. Just missed it. Cole Crawford, they got some guys on the freshman team over there. They're going to be.
Yeah, no doubt.
Cartersville's got some guys now, I'm telling you, that 8th and 9th grade.
Look at this. Jude Cascone, sophomore from Walton. And he played such a big role for them down the stretch. While we talked a lot about Hunter Teal, and rightfully so.
Absolutely.
Jude Cascone really came on for him late and had some big plays. This is a nice catch and run, physical run right there. He's listed 6'1", 220. On that play, he looked a lot bigger than that.
He's going to be the next one over there, next tight end.
1st and 10. Ball in the middle and caught by Dockery.
Man, you talking about a tight window? I thought that thing was almost picked.
That is the proverbial thread the needle by Davis Strickland right there. I'll tell you what, these freshmen and sophomores are really going after each other.
Flying around the ball.
This has been our best game so far as just clean, crisp execution. Haven't been any lulls in the game. 2nd down and 4. Dockery's the one in motion. He's going to go towards him downfield and intercepted. Broken up at the 26.
A good job staying in phase and running with that wheel route from Dockery. And guess who that is? Standiford. And I'm telling you, he is. That's Battle of Athens right there. That's the Battle of Bogart, Georgia, between Athens
Battle
Academy.
Of Bogart.
Yes.
The Spartans and the Wolverines.
What a play! I'm telling you, Standiford 2 right there is. He's a player.
3rd down and 4. Standiford 5'9", 159. I think he looks bigger than that.
He plays a lot bigger.
Got a lot of these measurements off the huddle page, so they might be a little bit old. Big run by Kamari Farmer.
The balance there.
Actually, that's going to be Gauchette. Gauchette with the run.
They all look. They all got the same.
Yeah, they rolled up those. That's 23, not 22. It's hard to tell. They rolled up the jersey there on the front. So if they're running at you, you can't really tell the number.
And this is what I told you. Some of those times that the sophomores will come right at them.
1st and 10 ball at the 38. 2:50 to go in the half. Towards the end zone and caught out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Yeah. And I think I said during the game, that was his biggest shot as I've seen an offensive player take since Jadeveon Clown.
Yep, could be. I talked to Jeremy a couple of days after, and listen, he was very complimentary of. I just checked on him, and he was very complimentary of Milton and how they played. But he said he was not. He didn't feel normal.
No.
The rest of the game.
No.
But man, just the performance by Milton defensively, just a great job. And I told everybody asked me, you guys were doing it. I went down to the sideline. I want to get the vibe. I want to get the feel. Of course, when I go down, everybody's like, what do you think? I said, they're not stopping Walton. They're not going to outscore Walton. And defensively, man, they were well prepared.
Milton didn't have much of a ground game, but when they needed it,
correct,
to just kill time,
yep,
they got it in the fourth quarter.
Two well-coached teams with Ben Reeves and Daniel Bruner.
It's a fun game. 2nd down and 10. Ball comes out here and dropped down on his knees.
That is a long throw in this weather. You got to throw across the field.
I think that was, let's see who we got. That's 15, Braxton Goolsby, pardon me,
yes,
East Jackson. It's Goolsby. 3rd down and 10. Handoff, big hole, and a big run down to the 18-yard line. And that's going to be close to the 1st down.
Man, I don't know if they got away one at the top. Let's see if we got a hold and have a view there.
It's Tyler Stevens out of Macon County, the little burner.
Yes.
They did get it. 1st and 10.
Yep. Minute 34. They're going to call. Who called timeout? The freshman?
I thought the other big story, since we're in a timeout.
The team is challenging the spot.
Oh, okay.
Be under further review.
Well, that leads me to one of the things I wanted to talk about, challenging the spot. One of the things that folks at home, and maybe even those in the bins, didn't realize is what a critical role replay played in that game, and they didn't even know it. It's on spots.
Yes.
They were constantly going back and looking at every play,
and changing.
And they were sometimes moving the ball back, saying, "Look, they didn't get the spot right."
That's right.
And it might seem like a little thing, but it is a huge thing.
Who's our official in the booth? Dave Roberts.
The ball carrier reached the
Reynolds.
17-yard line. That's a 1st down. Call on the field is confirmed.
So there you go. And I thought that was one of the big, and nobody talked about it.
I thought it was efficient. I thought it was correct. I thought it was exactly what we needed for those games.
No doubt.
Now,
it was a win-win.
I'm not trying to put Dr. Hines on the spot because it was a fantastic decision. And I don't know logistically how it would work, but I would love to see it expand to the semifinals next year. Somehow, some way. We got smaller classifications. We've got time now to spend to maybe purchase that equipment, which would be distributed for semis, and we can work backwards.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts in that. You really need a professional television production to execute it perfectly.
Yep.
And there's only a couple of outfits in the state that do that.
Sure.
So
I wonder how, they're looking at huddle from iPads, those types of things.
Yeah. I just don't know that you're going to have great angles. And also a part of it, the unsung part of that is the TV crews, the cameramen that we use for this. These are the same guys that are shooting the Braves, the Falcons, the Hawks. These are all those guys.
Well, least case, the best case scenario, we have it for the state championships, and we'll never have an issue like we had before in the Cedar Grove Sandy Creek game, where we never want a game to end on something like that.
But all the way around, the whole thing, win-win on the replay, win-win-win on the bins. I mean, Perry, Thomasville, Thomas County Central, Coffee, Douglas, Georgia.
Coffee is still having parades.
They brought the crowd that those three towns.
Rockmart.
from South Georgia, and then Rockmart that came to that game, and even Manchester and Bowden, two of the smallest schools.
Yep.
I mean, it was really spectacular to see that.
I believe I heard, if I heard it correct, an email. I think I heard the 3 largest crowds were the 2, 4, and 5A.
Yeah, I believe it.
2, 4, and 5A.
And I thought Thomas County Central really, I mean, and they came further than anybody.
Yeah, well, they'd been traveling for 3 weeks. Man, what a crowd that was.
And they brought the, what do they call those things?
I don't know. My ears,
Zuzuzelos?
my ears are still ringing from Maersk.
I mean, I thought I was at a World Cup soccer match until the officials made them pipe down.
Yeah, call timeout. Didn't like the setup. This is big here because they can go 2 for 1. I want sophomores get the ball second half, right? Coach Sullivan there.
Yep.
Coach Sullivan.
Yeah.
He coached Daniel Calhoun for 3 years. Very close with his family. He actually went up and watched Daniel practice last week at Georgia, and he said, "Man," I said, "Has he lost any weight?" He said, "How much you think?" I said, "How many times he practiced?" He said, "He's been up there a week and a half." I said, "What do you think?" He said, 12 pounds.
Wow.
He's down 12.
Wow. A massive human, no doubt about it.
Yeah. He's going to play. He's going to play.
And he coached him at Centennial.
Centennial for 3 years, yep.
And then
to Walton. He went to Walton. When he left to go to Pope, Daniel left Centennial and wound up at Walton. But Coach O'Sullivan was so close to he and his family. He went on a couple of official visits with them. And that says a lot about that deal. Yeah, how close they are.
Well, it only makes sense when your coach is that close to you that you would want him there as an advisor, not to make the decision for you, just to advise you.
Someone you trust.
Yep. Up top to the end zone and out of the back of the end zone. Rocco Barbie out of Flint River Academy was the target right there. Help me out. Flint, is that Woodbury, Georgia?
Yes. Down there.
Is that Meriwether County?
It's down there somewhere.
Which I think is, and they're going to kill me but I think that's the same geography as Manchester.
Down that way, yeah. Well, I watched tape on a lot of these kids, or the coaching staff watches tape on all these kids, and the ones that the schools, because a couple of years ago I had someone apply and not real sure that was a school. So I always have to double check if it's something that me and you hadn't done on TV. I have to make sure.
Second down and 15, 1:06 to play in the half.
Nice tackle there.
Right there into the teeth of that defense, not going anywhere. Elijah Peaks from Paulding County, big number 41, and a flag comes out at the end of the play.
Yep. Those young bucks there got to learn when to stop. That D-line, that freshman D-line is getting after them.
There's a good look at the aforementioned DJ Rumpf. It's hard to miss with that hair.
Now, personal foul on the defense. Half the distance to the goal results in a first down.
See, that's an absolute killer right there because they had him stopped.
Had him stopped. Cannot do that. Did you see who they called that on? I didn't see. Who you think that was?
I don't know. I just saw Elijah Peaks come tumbling out of there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was him.
He got a little dance in.
Not sure if it was him or not. But he is not on the field right now.
Yeah, that may have been. Can't have a tackle for a loss and then a 15-yard penalty on you.
Red zone presented by BSN Sports and a timeout called by the freshman. Think this over. They had them stopped there. Now they've kind of opened the door again for them with 54 seconds to play here in the half, giving them a first and goal or close to a first and goal. It's just outside the 10. See, now, I'm trying to figure out these sticks. It's first down, right? Ball at the 13, right?
Yep.
So we're at the sticks position between the 7 and the 7.
I'll be honest with you. Those two young men have been here all day, and one of them's got a pepper leather jacket on. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
They're here on a volunteer basis.
No, they're here getting paid.
Okay, they're getting paid.
So,
but it's all day.
J. Rosenberg reached out to me and said, would you mind putting a Facebook post out and see if some young men from around here want to work? And I put a post out, and I'm telling you right now, that thing got shared about 4,000 times.
Wow. Well,
it was crazy.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, but
been a long day.
Yep, those two young men. Obviously, some young Pepperell guys, but they have stood here. I think they have been here since the 7th grade game.
And it's raining, or it has been. Is it still raining?
Not right now.
Okay. Look at Tyreek Jemison. He is just such a large human.
Look how long his arms are.
That's a big boy right there.
That dude right there, that I would love to measure that arm. That looks like Andrew Thomas's arms, which is the longest I think we've ever measured at the Army All-American game in San Antonio. Going for a field goal here.
The kick is up, and the kick is good. And so there you go. That's why the sticks should have told us the story. It was not first down. They had told us that it was first down. The sticks would have told us that it wasn't so they were doing their job right.
Yep.
And the field goal right there makes it 17-14. Because the assumption was after that personal foul penalty, it was going to be first down, and I thought the officials said first down, but I might have missed that. Either way, the sophomores jump on top with the field goal by Alex Brock, a 30-yarder, and it's 17-14. Look at that. Nice catch.
Who we got there? 72.
72 making that catch. That's Jared Hill. He's only 6'3", 300 pounds from Lanier.
You see he made that play, so he's going to be in the coach's ear going, hey, Coach, I need some touches.
That would be Coach Maloof.
How about that? Good for him.
Tyler Maloof.
On your own program.
Do you realize, I always like to break this out, do you realize since 1958, there's only been 1 year that a Maloof hasn't been a head coach in the city of Atlanta?
I do now.
In the Atlanta area.
That's crazy.
Starting with George, who's in the Georgia High School Football Hall of Fame as a player and also in the Coaches Hall of Fame.
Look at this burst. Oh,
wow. The ball comes out after the catch by Cole Cable and run. Let's see, does the sophomores have it back?
I tell you what.
Nope, they're going to say the freshman recovered.
Cable took a shot, but you want to talk about another gear. Watch him put his foot in the ground right here and split these defenders.
Freshman wide receiver from North Hall High School.
Great tackle there by 32. Walker Davis from North Hall.
So ball at the 45. 1st and 10, 13 seconds to play. Up top goes Harrison, and incomplete. Looks like there could be some hand fighting down there, but no flag is dropped. That was Evan McDowell. Or that might be Evan McDowell, just spelled differently. So 2nd down and 10, ball at the 45.
Great read.
Handoff goes to Chris Frazier. Big 6', 215 running back out of South Gwinnett, plays for Coach Brian Lamar. That is the final play of the first half. And a fun one at that. Completed 2 quarters in Rome. Sophomores on top of the freshmen. 17-14 as we head to the break.
Welcome to the Ingalls Table, a delicious destination with recipes galore. The experts from the Ingalls Table take you through it step by step with expert tips and advice along the way. Just visit ingalls-markets.com. Ingalls, low prices, love the savings.
From the baseline to the sideline, the best live sports from Atlanta and beyond are on Peachtree Sports Network. The biggest plays, the instant classics, and the next rising stars are right here on Peachtree Sports Network, your home for live local sports.
It was 4 days, and he was going to kill me, it's believed, on the day that I was rescued.
At Investigate TV Plus, every day we go in depth.
How do you process that?
With investigations that expose the truth.
Is this a nationwide issue that we're dealing with here?
With real people.
This is not you.
It's not me.
Facing real problems.
We thought, oh, well, they're going to let her go.
Revealing real-life solutions that keep your family safe.
It will save lives, no doubt about it.
Investigate TV Plus. Check local listings at investigatetv.com.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
The BSN Sports Georgia Elite Classic is sponsored by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 613. Electrify your career. Sports Turf. You bring the vision, we'll bring it to life. Gatorade. Fuel tomorrow. Smart Local 85. Sheet metal is a smart move. And by the Georgia Army National Guard. The next generation is now.
All right, welcome back to the halftime show brought to you by KendricksCars.com. Right now I'm joined by Najee Wilkins. It's been a great 2023 season, and now we're going to release our top 10 performers, standouts,
yes, sir.
Score top 10. So here you go.
Let's do it. So at number 10 is going to be Jaden Duke Scott from Stockbridge. Phenomenal season for him, 2,482 yards rushing, 39 touchdowns. Also had 5 200-yard games, Craig. What stood out about him?
That's right. So in the Benedictine game, one of the biggest performances of the season, 27 carries, 310 yards, 3 touchdowns in that incredible matchup, knocking off the 2-time defending state champs.
And then Usmani Cromark, Craig, I was really impressed with his game against Houston County. 300 yards on a strained calf this season, well over 20-plus rushing touchdowns. Really impressive, just his performance.
Yeah, I mean, he was in one of the best regions in the state, too. Averaged 9.8 yards per carry for the season. A durable back, a home run hitter, and just a physical, incredible class of 2025.
And then the next for me is Luke Nickel. What a great year. 3,914 yards passing, 39 touchdowns, state champion this year, beat multiple top 25 national teams. Phenomenal year.
It's unbelievable, and everyone kind of slept on Milton this year except you. And then what I like about Luke is, like, he was passing the ball, but in the playoffs, he had 4 rushing touchdowns, really stepped up, kept the chains moving, was a great leader this season. And when you look at the state championship quarterback, he proved he's the real deal.
And then Ellis Williams, I mean, what he did for Camden County, just a player all over the field, offensively, defensively, 530 yards, 7 touchdowns. His defensive impact was felt all year long. Just an incredible player.
Absolutely. And when you look at this past season, he was definitely a part of the storylines. He's one of the most athletically gifted players I've ever seen come through the state. He's just getting started, and he showed true flashes of greatness, especially in that playoff run where Camden's coming up to Atlanta every week.
Yes, and then DeMello Jones, man, what he did in that state championship game, the pick six pretty much altered momentum in that game, made it tight for them against Prince Avenue Christian, and he had a touchdown in the game. I mean, DeMello Jones, Georgia's getting the real deal with this one.
That's right, and we have him down as an athlete, obviously, but, I mean, he did it all for Swainsboro for multiple seasons. What I like about them also, they struggled in the region, but then once the playoffs came on, he really did his thing.
Yeah, the next for me has to be C.J. Wiley, the wide receiver, 1,483 yards, 14 touchdowns, just an incredible performance. The best receiver basically in the state this year. I mean, unstoppable, unguardable. We've seen what he can do.
Yeah, his numbers were incredible. About 70 catches, but 1,500 yards almost. He's sharing the passing attack with so many weapons for Milton, but he was always that go-to deep threat. He could do it all. Really impressed with what he did, the body of work all season long.
And then what can you say about Tyler Atkinson? Won multiple player of the games for us. Really just balls out. Big-time player. What did you enjoy about his play?
For him to be a sophomore and have that impact defensively, he was in on all the plays. He switched positions this year, really developed into a complete linebacker. He can do it all, but 197 tackles, I think 25 tackles for loss. Just an incredible player. I think he's going to be one of the highest rated guys in the country for the years to come.
Yes, and then Sammy Brown, number 3, man. I mean, such a joy to watch for Jefferson. 2,289 rushing yards, 153 tackles, Buckets Award winner. Yeah, that guy's the real deal. Clemson got a stud on the horizon.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what he does at the next level. And I got to talk about that Hiram game. He had the touchdown pass, 20 carries, 354 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And then defensively, 16 tackles, 3 tackles for loss. That's one of the best games on either side of the ball, and he did it both in one game.
And then K.J. Bolden, man, what can you say? The best receiver, the best athlete on the field every single time he took the field for the Buford Wolves. What he could do defensively, what he could do offensively. I mean, he led them in receiving this year. Just get the ball in his hands, let him do work.
He is absolutely special, and I remember you told me he was the first Buford player, I think, to have the kickoff return, score on special teams, score running the ball, score rushing, I think score in 4 different ways. So he can do it all, get the ball in his hands, and I can't wait to see what he does at Georgia.
You and me both. And then the last one, Jeremy Hecklinski, finally getting that national attention, All-American this year, All-State player, 50 touchdowns, 3,800 plus yards passing. Just had an incredible season, not the way he wanted to finish, but just an incredible quarterback. We knew he was for real, Craig, a while ago, and we really knew when he performed against Grayson.
And I think the thing to say about his numbers this season is he sat a lot of third quarters and fourth quarters. Walton had huge leads. He put it up that quickly. Their offense was amazing. Obviously, they lost in the finals to a great Milton team, but what Jeremy did this season, it made the season more exciting. He was fun to watch. Just a great player.
100%. Well, guys, that is our score. Atlanta top 10. Congrats to all the players that made it. We enjoyed putting together this list. That's all we got. We'll be back for more action after the break.
Join all of us at BSN Sports and show you.
How would you like to do something really different one weekend a month?
Charlie 2-2, this is Charlie 2-1.
Thank you, Sergeant.
If you've got what it takes, come join us.
To learn more about the State Defense Force, go to georgiavolunteer.com.
This is a Peachtree Sports Network weather update, powered by Atlanta News First.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Valdez. It is going to be a cold night across North and Middle Georgia. South Georgia is going to feel that chill as well. Even some flurries possible in the North Georgia mountains, especially those highest elevations as we head through the late evening and overnight hours. Saturday morning, you may see a little bit of accumulating snow on those grassy surfaces of the North Georgia mountains. Otherwise, we've got a great day ahead on Saturday before clouds start to build in late Sunday. Certainly we'll see some clouds on New Year's Eve. For tonight, it will be cold. Temperatures in the mid to low 30s across North and Middle Georgia, but even along the coast, we're dropping to the mid to upper 30s. Then as we head through the day on Saturday, temperatures will be in the 40s and 50s, right around 52 in Macon, only mid 40s in Atlanta.
Back at Barron Stadium in Rome, halftime of the sophomore versus freshman all-star game, and the sophomores on top, 17-14. Got a late field goal by Alex Brock to jump into the lead. Matt Stewart joined by Rusty Mansell, and the game has been as advertised. A lot of spectacular plays and just really good, clean, crisp plays. Not a lot of mistakes.
I think the surprising thing has been the ability for Ben Mustard, the freshman quarterback out of Prince Avenue, made a couple of big-time throws to get this freshman team in it. We didn't really expect the freshman team to be able to run it down their throat by any means, but they have hurt the sophomores through the air a little bit. And I think the speed of the freshman defense and their front four has been really good. And this, like I said before, this might be an opportunity here for this freshman to have the first ever win in this series.
Let's take a look at the U.S. Army halftime stats, and you can see that the blue team, that is the sophomores, they have been able to run the ball and run it well. Kamari Farmer, 4 carries and 60 yards to lead the way, have not passed it much, and it's been the exact opposite on the freshman side.
I would have thought that maybe from the freshman team, but sophomore team not being able to throw the ball. Let's see if they make some adjustments here and try to get through the air a little bit more in the second half.
Yeah, their leading passer has been Strickland. McWhorter was 2 of 6 for 11 yards, but also threw an interception. He had some success early in the game, but they kind of put the clamps on that. And I agree with you. Ben Musser's had a fine first half, 5 of 7 passing for 115 yards, threw a touchdown pass of 35 yards to Keon Standifer, and also had a 1-yard touchdown.
Yep. I think if I'm the sophomore team, I'm going to air this thing out a little bit. I'm going to test these corners, some of these younger kids, and then I'm going to get Rajecki a little bit. Will Rajecki out of Sequoia, get him going a little bit and see what he can do physically. But listen, Cole Crawford and Max Brown, those 2 linebackers have been as good as advertised.
Yeah, Max Brown has been the leading tackler so far in the game, 5 total tackles, a TFL as well. Crawford had a couple of tackles in the game, and LaValle from Walton, actually the leading tackler for the sophomore side with 4 total tackles.
Yeah, those LaValles, I mean, they just keep having linebackers. They're just
Caleb, of course, his brother played at North Cobb Christian.
Whitfield Academy.
That's right, Whitfield Academy, and now is with North Carolina.
Yep.
And then Noah now is playing for the Walton Raiders.
Yep.
He played a role, and they'll have a he'll be with that next guy.
Cascone, the sophomore tight end as well.
Yep, Cascone, and in that linebacker spot, of course, they're replacing Ashton Woods. They have.
I tell you, it's going to be that first workout for Daniel Bruner, and he looks around there and he doesn't see Daniel Calhoun, he doesn't see Jeremy Heklinski, and don't see Bodiford, and
they lose some guys.
That's going to be interesting feeling. So what they do adjustments right here. Both teams were able to go into a little quick halftime and see what they do adjustment wise. See a bunch set trips here.
And McWhorter starts the half as the quarterback, airs it out, intercepted at the 40. Picked off at the 40-yard line. Coming back on the return to the other 40, 20-yard return. That's Keon Cleveland. Keon Cleveland out of St. Francis, pick and 20-yard return.
Yeah, ball just sailed a little bit on McWhorter. See that ball get a little bit deep there on the middle seam route. And the freshman team starts the second half with a turnover.
No doubt about it. That's a big turnover right there, because you were looking at a possible, 2-for-1 scoring possession.
Correct.
As the sophomores are able to score late in that first half, but they give it right up with the interception. And Musser, I believe that's Musser in there. It is Musser to start the second half at quarterback. Andrew Beard with the run, and it's a big one. Beard all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Tell you what, Uncle Garrison Hurst will be proud of that run, because he had some jets through that opening. Watch how quick he gets downhill right here. Foot in the ground, gone. Look at that.
That puts him in the BSN Sports red zone.
Also a big baseball prospect, too.
Beard gets it right back.
Nice
this time
play.
He gets hammered right there in the hole. Did not let him get through that time.
Anthony Lunnan, Clark Central. Dad played tight end for Jim Donnan and those guys out of Screven County.
Yep. Second down and 11. TFL for Lunnan on the play.
Damian Gary and those guys over at Dan Edmonds over there at Clark Central. Several Georgia players for Coach Perno.
Second down and 11. Musser gets out of the quarterback sack, finds a spot to throw from, and incomplete at the 10-yard line. Tried to get the ball right there to Davis Munkus, who had such a big game last year as an 8th grader, has not had the same here today.
Troup County there doing a Will be one of their next guys there. Great pass rush by Morrow, getting free. Flushes Musser out of the pocket and unable to complete that ball.
3rd down and 11. Musser steps up in the pocket, now going to run it. Flag comes out as Musser gets inside the 5, steps out of bounds at the 2, might have a holding call.
Right now, James Morrow, 82 for Buford, is giving them problems. Watch the pass rush right here. Watch him come right up the middle. Just bull rush his guy. See him chasing. What they call there.
I think he signaled holding, did not hear the announcement. But it is going to be holding against the freshman. Which is going to back the ball up to the 29. So that's a big penalty. They would have had the ball 1st and goal at the 2.
Again, Musser hurting him with his legs.
Ball thrown complete over here on the edge. That goes to Standifer again.
They call it incomplete. Yep, incomplete.
They picked it up off the ground. Apparently it hit the ground as it got to him, so 3rd down.
You can short arms this just a little bit. Oh, ball tip.
No, it was tipped.
Ball tip, yeah.
And he still caught it, but the ball also hit the ground as he had possession of it. So 4th down and 20. Musser right up the middle, gets a lot of it back, gets to the outside, and Musser gets into the end zone. How about that, Rusty? On 4th and 20, scores on a quarterback run.
I almost said, what are you doing? And I kept my mouth shut because he looked like he was picking up a little bit of speed. And he is able to break 2 tackles and dive for the end zone. Touchdown.
He has accounted for all 3 of the freshman team's touchdowns in this game, 2 rushing and 1 passing. But that was an incredible run. It almost looked like it was not your typical 29-yard quarterback touchdown run. He was very patient on that run, just following his blocks.
Yeah.
He seemed very comfortable running the ball.
I tell you, Coach Troop pulled me aside, and we were talking about quarterbacks. He said, look, man, Musser's got some wheels to him.
Here's your Georgia Army National Guard scoring summary. 5 plays, 39 yards, and a 29-yard touchdown run.
Here we are. Freshman with a lead in the second half. I think it's
17.
It's been 2 years, I believe, since this has happened to. Man, 4th and 22, right?
4th and 29. No, it was 4th and 20. The ball was at 29.
Okay.
To him to be able to convert that and do it in such a calm and collected manner.
I'm sitting here thinking, what are you doing? This is going to be a great teaching moment for him later on, and my man takes it to the end zone.
So now the sophomores head out on offense, and they're down 21-17. So let's see if the offense can, for the sophomores, get something started here. They've been able to run the ball. It's the passing component that has eluded them. They've thrown a couple of interceptions today, both of them by McWhorter.
Yeah, they've been able to get the passing game going. Let's see what they do right here. Who we got at quarterback?
Looks like it's going to be Jet Napier.
Jet Napier, yep. Let's see if he gets things going here.
Going to hand it off. Bounce outside. Not going to get there. Ball comes out. And who's on top of it? Is the Gold got it? No official indication yet. And it looks like the sophomores were able to avert disaster and get back on top of that. Wow, that's just an aggressive play there on defense.
That's Hudson Cochera right there. Look at that come in. Nice play by 3 to save that ball and to wrestle it away there at the end. Sophomore wide receiver out of Cambridge saves a possession and saves a dangerous turnover again here early in the second half.
I thought that was Michael Stevens who stripped. No, it wasn't. Here's the run up the middle by Gauchette, and he's up to the 40-yard line. So second down and close to the first down.
Now that makes it even a bigger fumble recovery. Now you got the ball. You got, I think it's 2nd and 1.
Yeah, 2nd and 1. Got a lot of it back right there on that run by Gauchette. And
I'll tell you,
did not get the first down, I don't think.
That freshman D-line has been a problem for the sophomores.
That was Gauchette, back-to-back carries. If they give him, they did give him forward motion. He has to get the first down. They put it down at the 40, and they'll move the sticks.
Yeah, Michael Stevens was chosen for this game, and he had a family member with an emergency situation, wasn't able to get here, and things seemed to be okay with him, and we are very excited to watch him in his high school career at Gainesville. He played this game last year as an 8th grader. Matter of fact, we split Andrew Beard and Michael Stevens from 2 different teams because we were like, these are the 2 best running backs in this game. We're going to get them opposite teams, and they certainly did not disappoint.
Kamari Farmer on the run right there. Statistically, the top rusher in this game, 5 carries, now 63 yards in the game, and a touchdown run on top of that. 23-yard touchdown run. Napier takes a shot at the 45-yard line. Max Brown there leading the way.
I think he's done some tackling drills at the house with his dad and Sammy. Watch him close right here. Good job. Rump flushing him back up in the pocket. And he comes right to Max Brown and Eccles, the other Buford linebacker. Tell you, this freshman linebacker crew has been strong as well.
You could just see it, what do you guys do, when you're not playing football just for fun at home? Tackling drills.
We do tackling drills in the backyard, yeah. I'm sure Sammy at some point had to say, hey, you quit growing up on me.
3rd down and 5. Farmer going to get the first down and more, puts his foot in the ground and changes direction. I tell you what, if they want to take this game over, I'm a firm believer that you could do that by giving the ball to Kamari Farmer.
Yep.
He goes to the sideline. Watch him put his foot in the ground right there and just change direction. He's got a really good job of seeing the cutback lane.
Smooth, quick.
1st and 10, ball at the 45. Fake a toss. And then Napier going to run it back up to the line of scrimmage and maybe get half a yard on the play, maybe a full. Not much.
Christian Hunter looks at the sophomore sideline and said, don't try me. Don't come my way, big 45. Sophomore team got headsets. First time I've seen that.
2nd down and 9, ball at the 45. Napier in the game, just 1 of 2 passing for 3 yards. Ball gets over his head and gets back on top of it just in time to get avalanched by DJ Rump. Now, he was fortunate that when he picked it up and didn't go down right away, that he didn't cough it up again.
Yep.
So 3rd and 15 now. top to the sideline and incomplete. No flag thrown on the play.
Oh, man.
Cascone was the intended target.
Yeah, I'm all about letting them play, but I believe that one was a little too much jersey here. Let's see what we got. I don't know. Maybe they both got their feet tangled up.
That was Julian Elzey on the coverage. So now it's going to be 4th and 15. Let's see what they do with it. Smart thing to do would be punting and not surrender a short field to the freshmen who've already taken a 4-point lead. So Alex Brock will punt, standing at his own 29-yard line. Sidewinder kick's going to hit at the 44. Didn't get much out of it.
I'm telling you, without a pass rush, all those things they've had some issues today.
So the ball goes over to the freshman at the 44-yard line, and now they're working with a lead, and we're down to 4:36 to play in the quarter. A big possession coming up here for the freshman team.
Yeah, opportunity to spread this thing out. Got Teddy Gerard back in the game.
Yeah, Gerard just 2 of 2 for 7 yards passing. See if they can establish the run, something they have not done much of today. That was Bo Queen on the run, the freshman out of Calhoun.
Bo Queen on the carry.
Second down and 5. Queen going to get it again and get out of a tackle. Crash across the 50 down to the 46 and pick up a first down.
Good job running there. See big 42 Braden Foster from Whitewater was up the field. Watch him have a chance right here. See 42 just unable to get him to the ground. Good job by Queen to get through that arm tackle.
Evan McDowell, the corner from South Gwinnett, made the tackle, but that was not enough to prevent the first down. I think that was Kevin Caldwell, the intended target. 3rd down and 9, ball at the 44. Gerard on a drag right across the middle to
big 88 out of Milton.
Grant Haviland, the backup tight end there at Milton, to Ryan G.
Yeah. About another 6'3" freshman in behind him, oh, by the way.
Ryan G. rated as one of the top junior tight ends in the country, committed to Auburn.
Did you see his brother today?
No.
It's a 6'5", 7th grader.
Wow. What are they feeding him?
Let me tell you something. Landon G. is a 6'5" left tackle in the 7th grade, and he was 2 foot above the huddle.
So we'll have movement here on the offense for the freshman.
Yeah, I put a tweet out, and I tweeted at Ben Reed and said, what are we feeding the kids at Milton? I guess it's just said, what are we feeding the kids at the Key House? Thomas, father there, I think he's president of the Milton Booster Club, they do a tremendous job, support, doing things there. Just a super group of people there at Milton. Spoke with their I had a recruiting seminar with their team, family, and parents back last spring, and just a really good group of people. And now they got state championship for their young men this year.
Well, Rusty, love the jersey combinations here, and if you've worn the gold jerseys today, it's been your day.
How about that?
The gold teams are 3-1 so far today.
Nice
This
fun.
is the first game, however, that isn't within the same classification.
Correct.
So all of them have been senior versus senior, junior versus junior, and so forth, except for this one.
Yep.
And so the freshmen in the gold leading the sophomores in the blue, 21-17.
We did this idea. Obviously, wasn't the original idea during the COVID season because we had limited amount of hotel space because we put kids one per room. And I said, why don't we play the juniors and seniors, freshman versus sophomore? Still a little hesitant. And after the first year, when I saw the freshmen could compete, I said, let's just keep that game. Everybody wants to see the freshmen and sophomores, the next guys. Let's keep it that way.
Why couldn't they just stay at Shea Mansell?
Not that many.
You got enough room, right?
We could put a glamper in the backyard. Look at that speed on
Sweet.
Max Brown. My
Coming here.
goodness.
Short pickup on the play. Max Brown making the tackle.
Wow. Did you see him?
Ball goes to Chase Marable of Westminster.
Man, Brown was shot out of a cannon right there.
That'll be his 8th total tackle on the game with 1 TFL. Closing speed right there.
Yep.
Back to live action, and they missed the target. That was Kenyon Glasper out of Winder Barrow, who was running the route. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
Some of these younger guys here, defensive line here for the freshmen. I believe that's 99, Grayson Villar. Got 91 right there. Jordan Bailey from Cartersville. 99 to the right of him from Cartersville. 2 freshman D linemen.
In the pocket and broken up, coming over the top to break it up and buckle up Georgia, they like to say right
put
there.
the seatbelt on him, man. He clamped him down.
What a play by Standifer.
Telling you, he's different now. He is different. Look at that. Perfect. They're making plays. I mean, this is not like they're making plays on the defensive side of the football.
It forces the sophomores to punt it away. And Brock, who did not punt it well his last time, is punting from his own 5.
Look like they are prevent defense. That's actually smart.
Yeah, catch the ball.
Yeah.
They catch it at the 40. Don't let it hit and bounce. So great field position for the freshmen as they go back on offense and working with a short field. But you're exactly right. I don't know why more teams haven't done it. They've just put, there is no chance at a return, so you don't have to worry about staying back and blocking anybody. Just send everybody deep like you're shagging fly balls in the home run derby.
Good job, Coach Troop and them. First time I saw that and didn't think about that, but nice job there.
So 1st and 10 for the freshmen. They go back on offense at the sophomore 40-yard line.
What a read right there.
3-yard pickup down to the 37. Nice run by Ezra Harrison.
Morrow, the defensive end, crashes in right there, and Harrison reads that and keeps it. Good job. See Morrow, the defensive end, standing up at the top of the screen there. He in the gold helmet.
Handoff goes to Chris Frazier. Frazier runs into 3 guys. They're pushing him sideways. They finally get him on the ground.
Yeah, you don't want your offensive lineman laying on the pile with you. See Coach Troop right there from Waco. Ware County, excuse me. Not Waco. I've been dealing with Washington County all day. A little different, sorry. Ware County and Washington County.
Ware County, the 5A champions last year. And then the team in the same region with them, Coffee, got theirs this year.
How about that?
3rd down and 7. You know, and a lot of people made a big deal, and rightfully so, Perry winning their first state championship in 70 years.
Oh, yeah.
In the 3rd quarter. But do you realize that was Coffee's first state championship in 69 years of football? We'll explain when we get back. Heading to the 4th, it's 21-17. Freshmen on top of the sophomores.
From the baseline to the sideline, the best live sports from Atlanta and beyond are on Peachtree Sports Network. The biggest plays, the instant classics, and the next rising stars are right here on Peachtree Sports Network, your home for live local sports.
Oh my gosh!
World Chase Tag is the Pro League tournament for the planet's most intense new game, which takes the art of being hunted down to a whole new level. It is relentless and fiercely intense, with a chaser having just 20 seconds to get a hand on an invader.
He's done it! He has done it!
And there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Tuesdays at 7 on Peachtree Sports Network.
Okay, going back to 1.
This industry is my life. The Georgia film industry feeds my children, and it feeds my dreams, which are 2 very important things. The film community is a real vital ecosystem. You can make a living in it in an incredible town.
Real jobs, real impact. Support Georgia Films. Visit whygeorgia.com.
Start of the 4th quarter at Barron Stadium in Rome, Georgia. Georgia Elite Classic, our 5th and final game of the day, and our 4th and final quarter of this game. Freshmen on top of the sophomores, 21-17, and the freshmen moving again. They have the ball at the sophomore 37. Harrison steps up in the pocket, going to run and get down to the 27 and pick up the first down. Matt Stewart, Rusty Mansell with you, just to put a bow on that story. It was the first state championship for Coffee in 69 years, going back to the days when they were known as Coffee County High School.
I thought it was Coffee County until like 2 years ago, and I got corrected. But congratulations again, Coach Coe, Perry, Coffee, all the teams that won it. But just it's so special when you have that person for that community. I know those people are very, very proud.
Handoff goes to Chris Frazier, and Frazier, flag comes out at the end of the play as Frazier gets to the 25.
I liked, I think it was 2 days after they won the state championship, Perry tweeted a picture. The ring rep was there. They were getting measured already. Did wait around.
It's been 70 years. They waited long enough.
I hope they get the radio announcer one. My man was 84 years old. He should have been first in line. It's a great story by John Nelson. I may pull a John Nelson tonight and get the old state championship edition and hit the old Waffle House at the end. Celebration of making it through a football season. It's been a great season, man. I've enjoyed,
smothered, and covered.
I have enjoyed working all over the state.
Really
enjoy covering state championships with you. That is that's just special to do those, and really appreciate the opportunity to do those, Matt.
1st and 15. We appreciate you joining us to work with us on them. And there is a big run by Frazier on the catch. He's going to be close to a first down inside that 30-yard line.
Just like old young Fred Brown there.
6 foot 215.
They roll them shirts up, man.
So what's the story with that? You're more in tune with this generation through your recruiting.
Hey,
what's the story with rolling up your jersey so you can't read the number?
I don't know.
Why do you do that?
I played in an era when jerseys were triple wides.
2nd down. I said it was close to first down. I was reading the yard marker wrong. It was 2nd and 11 until that run right there by Ezra Harrison. So now it's going to be 3rd down.
I tweeted at Garrison Hurst the other day. They shot a video. I played a video of him on Twitter, and his jersey was so wide and his sleeves were so big. You know how good Garrison Hurst would have looked in one of these tight,
sleek
uniforms?
Yeah. Man, he was a ball player. And for him to come back, and of course, a lot of people, they remember what he did at Georgia, and rightfully so. Harrison back to pass on third down, throws, and nearly picked.
Oh, my goodness, that's a touchdown.
At the 18-yard line, that would have been a pick six all the way. Bo Cochran, another one of those Prince Avenue Wolverines, nearly had himself a big interception.
And I can tell you what, his father, Scott Cochran, on the University of Georgia staff, he's going to do some push-ups for that. But that hit him in the hands, and look, he knows it. Oh, man. Great young man out of Prince. Been over here 2 years in a row and played with us, and that hit him in the worst possible place for a touchdown.
So fourth down, they're going for it here. Fourth down and 9. You see him patting himself on the chest. Yep, that was my bad. And Gerard in there at quarterback.
This is a young man. You're going to hear a lot about him through the spring camp circuit.
Gerard going for the home run in the end zone and throws it to nobody in particular. Ball's going to go over on down, so the sophomores survive that, and they'll get the ball back with 9:45 to go. What I was going to say about Garrison Hurst is everybody remembers what he did at Georgia. They forget that the devastating injury that he came back from in the NFL.
Yes.
I mean, most people thought he was done. He was NFL Comeback Player of the Year.
That's right.
They thought he was done. A devastating injury to his leg. I can't remember, was it a knee, was it a hip socket, was it an ankle, I forget. One of those, but it was bad.
Georgia Dome, yes. Bruce Roddy White.
He came back from that. 1st and 10 with the San Francisco 49ers.
Well, I've told him several times, and now we know each other pretty good, but Garrison, the recruitment of Garrison Hurst and Andre Hastings were two that got me like, I really like this, and you always think about Andre Hastings in the Sports Illustrated. Yeah.
And we just inducted him into the Georgia High School Football Hall of Fame in the first class. Garrison Hurst in the first class.
Andre Hastings.
Hines Ward. Same area of the state, played at Forest Park, same class.
And I'll tell you a story behind Hines Ward. Maybe the godfather of recruiting in the state of Georgia is Chad Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in this business about 10 years longer than me. Well, Chad Simmons grew up best friends with, guess who? Hines Ward.
Wow, how about that?
So he went on visits with Hines. They would do some in-homes at his house when his mother was working. Chad would have people there. So you think about Hines Ward and the relationship he had with Chad. Mm-hmm. And Chad got to see recruiting and fell in love with it and been doing it for many, many years. And one of my best friends, doing a great job. But he's got some stories, man.
McWhorter on the run, throws a dart to the 49-yard line for a first down.
Got a flag down.
Ball goes to Kobe Lewis. Let's see if the catch counts. It looks like it's going to be holding.
Got a flag down in the backfield. I said, get some comments. Call it both ways. They have chose not to call it both ways. They really hadn't thrown many flags at all.
So 1st and 10, ball at the. See where they're going to spot it. But a lot of people forget, talking about Hines Ward, that they'll forget in his final game as a college football player, he played quarterback for the Bulldogs.
Virginia.
In the Peach Bowl.
Yeah.
And for a long time, his passing record stood.
Well, that was his sophomore year.
Was that his sophomore year?
So I think his last game was the Outback Bowl. That with the 97 with Bobo and those guys, yeah.
Ball is thrown, right, complete. That goes to Jude Cascone, second catch of the game for the big target.
Nice throw there. Nice throw.
Well, he'll be stepping into that tight end role next year, vacated by Hunter Teal. Did Hunter sign? I know he was committed to Miami of Ohio.
I believe he did sign, yep. Mm-hmm. Just had a knack for getting open, man.
2nd down and 6. kind of in regard to that conversation we had about Bryce Hicks. I thought that Hunter Till, relative to his production, was the most underrated tight end in the entire state.
And I'll be mad about it. I looked at him, and I watched him running routes as a freshman, and I watched him playing the 7-on-7s. And at some point, I'm like, when are you going to move to guard? What are you doing? You know what I mean? What are we doing here? And he kept after, and he kept after, and he kept after. And credit to him. He developed in, you're right, maybe the most underrated player in the state of Georgia.
From a number standpoint, certainly. I mean, the production relative to he had bigger production numbers than a lot of tight ends rated higher than he did.
Yep.
3rd down and 6.
I remember talking to Jacob Eason about Isaac Nauta and at Georgia, and he said, look, he ain't the fastest dude, but he gets open more than anybody else. And that's what Hunter Till was.
That's what's important for any wide receiver. Ball in the air, man open, and did he bring it to the ground and stay inbounds? He did. What a catch.
Greg Dandridge.
The sophomore out of Cambridge. Ball hung in the air a long time.
He did.
Long enough for everybody in the stadium to rise to their feet to watch it. And they're going to spot that out at the 26, I think.
McWhorter getting hot at the right time.
First and 10, the sophomores trying to get back in. This might be their best opportunity in this quarter.
We're going to move this back. Oh, spotted the play, yeah.
Spotted at the 30. I thought he was out at the 26.
Me too.
I'd be interested to go back and look and see why they're spotting at the 30.
Uh-oh.
Right up the middle. Nice cut. Down to the 5-yard line.
Got a flag down. And he threw it immediately. I believe he had an offsides.
There's that speedster, Tyler Stevens, out of Macon County, but it's coming back.
Yep. I believe they get the receiver here at the bottom for jumping just a little bit.
So that's going to back him up.
Man.
Instead of having the ball at the 5, it's going to be back at the 40.
I don't know about that.
They're going to spot it at the 35.
I don't know about that. We'll go back and watch that play at the top where they throw the penalty. I don't know if there was movement enough for me there. It's one of those plays right at the snap of the ball. He moved early or not, but that was a big penalty.
1st and 10. Actually, it's going to be 1st and 15. Ball is caught. That could be a touchdown, and it is. C.J. Dockery got behind the defense, and C.J. Dockery comes up with the big touchdown catch to put the sophomores back on top.
What a throw by McWhorter right there to thread that between two defenders, and Dockery able to reel that in just out of the reach of the Parkview defensive back there. And the sophomore strike back to take the lead.
Big PAT right here to make it a 3-point game. A 35-yard touchdown pass to C.J. Dockery.
Getting their money's worth here during the end of the year, huh?
Kick is up, and it is good, and we're 24-21.
Is up and good.
Your Georgia Army National Guard scoring summary. 6 plays, 73 yards, 3.5 minutes off the clock, and a 35-yard touchdown catch by C.J. Dockery to cap it off.
Now, and basically our philosophy is, fourth quarter, you go with who you need to go with. Everybody plays up to this point. You see Musser warming up again right here. See if they come back to him. Kind of been a hot hand. Hurt you with his legs a little bit.
6 of 9 passing for 115. Also 3 rushes for 37 yards. So you're looking at 152 yards of total offense from Ben Musser in this game.
There we go.
So bring the ball out to the 30-yard line for the goal. Now playing from behind again, the freshmen are. And let's see who they bring out. Will it be Musser again? Take a look at the Ford Built Tough scoreboard from today, and what you see here is that the gold team has won 3 of the previous 4. In fact, the only one that they didn't win. Well, hold on a second. We were told that, but that's not what the scoreboard says. Here's the run by Brody McWhorter.
No, it's Musser.
I'm sorry, Musser, yes, number 8. Looking at my wrong spot board there. Musser, of course.
And he picks up 9 on that run.
McWhorter is the other 8.
Lowers his shoulder and picks up 9.
So 2nd down and 1. Beard goes to the outside, down the sideline.
Goodness.
Big run, Andrew Beard.
Wow. They throw a flag? Yep, I believe they did.
Andrew Beard on the carry.
I believe they did out here on the edge. I believe they got, oh, I don't know about that. Standerford, looked like to me, had his defender on skates. And Beard's got a different gear now.
Beard has had a big game.
Man, they moved him in. Was he playing some wide receiver?
Well, early he does have a couple of pass catches for 56 yards.
Yeah, I think they moved him to running back, and he has been different since.
And prior to that run right there, which has been negated by the penalty anyway, he had 7 carries for 30 yards. So looking at, 86 yards of all-purpose in this game for him. It's a big penalty right there, though. Negates a big run by Andrew Beard. I think that was Chris Frazier. No, it was Beard again, pardon me. Beard again.
Beard again on a carry.
And now it's going to be 3rd down and about a yard. Need to pick this up with the clock winding down to 5. You don't want to give the ball back right here.
See if Musser keeps this. He's going to read this defensive end.
Gets away from Musser. Scrambling for his life right now. Going to take a big loss unless he can get rid of the ball. Throws on the run, and it is caught at the 45-yard line. Down the sideline. That's going to be a long touchdown for the freshman, Andrew Beard.
And they got a late hit on Musser, who's down, but what a play, and I hope he's okay because they got a flag on that.
Wow. What a play by Ben Musser to keep it alive after the ball was snapped by him. Throws this on the run. And there was the late hit, kind of out of your screen as the ball went downfield. And Beard just got by everybody on that sideline. Officially, I think that's going to go as a 61-yard touchdown pass. Although they ended up covering a lot more than 61 yards, horizontally and vertically.
They got to let the man get off the field, let him breathe. But what a play by Ben Musser. My goodness, to stay in that. Yep.
So here's the interesting thing. It's a 15-yard penalty. You have the option of the try, which means half the distance, or the kickoff, which means nothing in this game, right?
Yeah.
So that's basically free shot on the quarterback, not going to cost you anything.
They want to challenge this because they're saying that lineman is downfield, but you can't challenge that. You see with the flag, Coach Sullivan's wanting to challenge because of the lineman downfield.
So 27-24, the freshmen take the lead. The PAT is good. It seemed like they had to think about it for a moment. And it's 28-21 with 4:41 to go. What a play by Ben Musser. He's still shaking it off over there. Gutsy play right there by Musser. That gives him 176 yards passing in the game. Watch this. So that's a snap 34-yard line. So now he's run all the way back to the 15 right there. He's back at the 12 when he gets rid of it. So that ends up, in reality, that's really like an 88-yard play, although it goes down 61 in the books. The Georgia Army National Guard scoring summary 4 plays, 70 yards. With a lot of hidden numbers right there. That was a much bigger play than 61 yards. And it puts the freshman on top, 28-24. And we're getting close to what would be the final possession for the sophomores in this game.
Now McWhorter got hot on that last drive.
Yep.
So two quarterbacks kind of answering here. Let's see what they do. What a game. What a game to end the season.
That's been a fun one.
What a game to end the season on right here, regardless of how this one ends.
As a result of the penalty on the touchdown, the ball will be placed on the 15. The blitz will start.
So let's see how this thing finishes up. Sophomores going back on offense. As Rusty's told you, freshmen have never beaten them.
Never beaten them.
Got a good chance right here with a 4-point lead and 4.5 to go.
Only been within 10 once in the fourth quarter. We had a game 31. I think we had a game 30-20 late in the fourth and had like a little long touchdown to spread that one open. But this is certainly one that could make some history in Georgia Elite Classic.
So getting ready to get this thing started back up again for the offense of the sophomores. McWhorter goes up top, throws it deep, and in and out of the hands.
Man, they had him too on a sluggo route. They had Koshera.
Went right through Standifer's hands, and Koshera had a shot at it, and he didn't let it. .340 left in regulation. And it looks like that's where we're headed. Regulation one way or the other because of the odd scoring combination here.
Got a 2-minute warning and I believe 3 timeouts left. So they got time to call anything they want to, any part of the field.
Brody McWhorter, 5 of 12 passing for 88 yards in this game. Gotten hot again here in this second half. Looks one way, another, goes through his progression. Now sprints outside, throws downfield, incomplete. Dockery was his target.
I want to give a quick thank you and shout out to everyone in the city of Rome, Chamber of Commerce, Tourism, City Management, Floyd County Management, the Forum, who has been Jay Shell. The people at the Forum have been great this week. And Coach Chris Bowden, athletic director at Rome High, has been fantastic. Rome High School for letting us use their outdoor facilities practice this week, some of the teams, and take a lot of pride, man. Our city take a lot of pride having this game up here. Can you tell you how many people, Matt, I always get I had no idea this place was like this. You know, we're not Dukes of Hazzard with one little store, man. We've actually got some things here in Rome, so love having people here and these players.
2nd down and 10, and McWhorter going to run up to the 34-yard line. He's going to be close to a first down.
Couldn't do it without Lisa Smith and Ann Hortman as well, two people that are huge to our community and feed these young men, and they're big on this, and it's a big reason why Corky Kell is here as well. So thank you to everyone involved, and certainly my hometown, and what a great opportunity to have these people here and experience Floyd County.
Yeah, and here, I agree with all that, and thankful to be a part of it myself.
Yeah, man.
So 2nd down and 10, ball at the 32-yard line. Quick pass out to the edge, bounces it.
See, that's where Brody, that's something that I guarantee Coach Gates and them are going to work on. You got to set your feet. You got to get your feet right. He just flick of the wrist, and, you know, everybody sees Patrick Mahomes do that, and they think it's not that easy. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. They watch Patrick Mahomes do that, and they're like, well, this is not that hard.
Well, he's 6'3", 225, you know, and he's a grown man. So you want to set your feet there. It's a great play call. But that's little things that players, even with offers like McWhorter, and you see the flashes at times with him, you got to get your feet right, get set, get that ball delivered, and that's the things you work on during the offseason.
Well, here's a big play right here, 4th and 4. They really need to convert. Dockery goes in motion. We had movement on the line.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 9.
It's going to run this one back just at a different scenario. 4th and 9 now, as Rusty pointed out. Just became a lot more difficult. And if they have all 3 timeouts remaining, it's still not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, because you had a 2-minute warning.
Because you can get the ball back, too, by using your timeouts judiciously. But I think they just used one of their timeouts right there. So
that tells you their mind frame. Got to get it now.
Yep. But plus, you pointed out the 2-minute warning like they have in this game, much like the NFL game. That extra timeout that's been given to you. So you use that. So you still really have 3 timeouts remaining. If you don't get the first down here, you still have a chance to use those timeouts, force a stop on the freshman, get the ball back. But then you're going to get the ball back, have no timeouts, and having to go the length of the field to get a touchdown.
I'll give you one NFL question. You can answer this quickly if you want to. If I gave you the field, or if I gave you the Baltimore Ravens, who would you take to be the Super Bowl champions?
The Cleveland Browns.
Hey, how about that?
I made a joke. During the GPB Sports State Championship.
I was with you.
And I said
Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns, right?
And guess who might end up in the Super Bowl this year? Those two teams, right?
How about that?
How crazy is that? The Browns are now 11-6. They've done it after losing Nick Chubb. They've done it with Joe Flacco, who everybody said was on the garbage heap and too old.
Who the Jets passed on, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody says he's too old. He's on the garbage heap.
There he is. He throws it.
If he can get rid of it in time on 4th and 9, he's in trouble. Backpedaling and throwing. Jump ball, and it's incomplete.
Man, what a game by Standerford.
He has had a heck of a game.
I tell you what, man. What a game.
And he's just a 9th grader. Look at big old Christian Hunter going after the quarterback right there. And that ball's going to go over on down. So the sophomores will really have to use their timeouts here just to have a chance to get the ball back. And you have a timeout coming up in 9 seconds, the 2-minute warning. So let's see how the freshmen deal with it here. Gerard in there at quarterback, going to get a handoff. And Queen gets to the outside, and that's all the way down to the 15-yard line. And that runs it all the way down to the 2-minute warning.
Tell you, these running backs, these freshman running backs have gotten better as the game went on.
Well, Musser has been their leading rusher in addition to being their leading passer.
Yep.
Has accounted for 3 of their 4 touchdowns. Actually, I think it's all 4, is it not? Yeah, it's all 4. He's had 2 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns, so he has accounted for all 4 of their touchdowns.
Green on the carry. Braden Foster on the stop.
So timeout has now been used by the sophomores again. So 2nd down and 10 coming up.
See what we get right here. Love the reaction a while ago. We announced the you guys announced the juniors.
And they could look up on the big board and see it as they're watching the game. But 28-24 and down to the final 96 seconds of this one.
Good job by Coach Troop and his staff. I could tell yesterday he had a little spark. He was like, you know what, we got a little something over here. They were a little concerned if they would be able to hold up 4 quarters on the defensive line. They felt good about their front 4 or 5, but could they stand up the whole way 4 quarters? They certainly did.
Gerard going for the end zone and incomplete. Grant Haviland was the target. Now it's going to be 3rd down. Really surprised they throw it right there because that stops the clock.
There it is.
And Ben Musser, our Gatorade most valuable player of the game. Musser, 7 of 10 passing for 176, 2 touchdown passes, 4 carries, 46 yards, 2 touchdown runs. He's accounted for all 4 touchdowns for the freshman today. Yep. So 3rd down and 10. Really surprised they threw it on that last play. Now they go back to the ground, which is where they probably should have been on the last play as well. And that gives the sophomores a chance to burn their final timeout and maybe get the ball back here.
They went for a knockout punch with the throw at the end zone.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do here. This is, you clearly kick the field goal here and take a 7-point lead, but that leaves the door open for the sophomore.
Correct.
Especially since there's no rush, so you don't have the fear of having a blocked kick and a return. Andrew Beard, our Gatorade offensive player of the game, 9 carries, 40 yards, 3 catches, 117 yards, including the 61-yarder that turned out to what appears to be the game winner.
Yes, different gear. I tell you, they changed offensively and they moved him to running back. He gave them that different gear, and man, it's hard not to look at him. And I know he's gonna dance.
Gatorade.
He's gonna dance. Come on, Max. Don't let Sammy down. Look at there. I told you he was gonna dance.
9 total tackles and a TFL for Max Brown today. And our defensive player of the game, Gatorade defensive player of the game, and the kick is going to be good. A line drive kick from Joey Black makes it 31-24, but the hay isn't all in the barn just yet.
That's right. Hold on. Just hold on just a second.
And that was a huge stop. And again, I go back, and far be it from me to question the coach, but I am a play-by-play commentator, so I am going to question. Why did you throw the ball right there?
Oh, man.
Going for the knockout punch. You didn't need to throw a knockout punch. All you needed to do was run time off the clock.
Got a little cute with it. Also want to mention Christian Hunter, 45 defensive lineman, and Keon Standiford for that freshman team. Any of those guys could have won.
No doubt.
Any of those guys could have won anything.
No doubt.
Also had a lot of good performances, but you really look at Keon Standiford and Christian Hunter, defensive lineman in Milton, and Keon Standiford out of Athens Academy. And
Standiford doing it on both sides of the ball. He also had 2 catches for 35 yards and a touchdown. So the door is still left open by the sophomores here. For the sophomores, left open by the freshmen. Didn't kill the clock when they had the opportunity. So sophomores got it at the 30-yard line. Let's see if they got some kind of...
don't break their hearts right here,
Let's
Matt.
see if they got some kind of magic. Let's see who they run out there at quarterback. Will it be Brody McWhorter? But they still got a chance. 70 yards to go to get a touchdown and 1:14 to do it. So here you go. Do the Sophomores have a big comeback left in them? That's McWhorter in there at quarterback. That ball got hit at the line of scrimmage trying to sling it out there to the edge. It's going to be second down. Might have been Rump by the way he's reacting. He might have been the one who got a piece of it.
His hands up. You're going to be able to tell because his helmet. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good job there. Try to set a screen up to Koshera out of Cambridge.
So second down and 10. He wins helmet of the game.
No doubt. That's the, I believe that's the game, the helmets they wore down in Naples.
McWhorter going deep down the sideline, nearly caught. And the official takes a tumble too. And good coverage down there by the freshman as well. That's Cleland. He's had a good game too. Keon Cleland out of St. Francis.
Sure has.
Third down and 10.
Caught him in little cover 2 right here, and he tried to drop it in between the safety and the corner. Nice job. The corner just running with him. He's had a really good game. You're right.
That was Dockery, the intended target. Now third down and 10.
You got to watch him running with his legs right here, moving the chains.
You got to concern yourself with the first down marker too. Need to get that to keep this thing going. Third down and 10. Pocket. Ball thrown, caught. Oh, wow. What a hit by Crawford. Clock's going to continue to run. Did not get out of bounds. Sophomore's got to get moving here.
Clock it. Can't clock it. Had somebody telling him to clock it. Better not clock it.
It's 4th and 1. You got to get the first down here. Could be the final play of the game. McWhorter hums it deep. Jump ball. And is it caught? It is caught at the 28-yard line.
Yes.
Incredible.
And I'm going to tell you right now, who got the ball here?
Wow.
Yes. Big catch there by Koshera. And really they caught them in a linebacker blitz. You see 13 blitzing right there. Here we go.
Look at that. Koshera goes up there and beats the defender to it. Came around him
they got a timeout
to make the catch.
Yes, good job there.
The timeout called by the freshman as we're down to 18 seconds, and the ball is sitting at the 28.
Yeah, not saying this was called, but we got a linebacker blitz on that play. Still, Koshera comes away. Watch 13 right here. You'll see him blitzing.
Not supposed to be.
Yeah, he's supposed to be blitzing late in the game. Watch him come back over top and make this catch. Yes, he's got that ball right there. Yep, good call.
Came over the top of Julian Elvey to make that grab, and then they wrestled it to the ground.
Oh, boy, Matt, your clock, the game would have been over.
22 seconds left. Yeah, I go back to it. Don't want to keep killing them, but, you know, every decision counts.
Here's the next thing. There's no overtime. So if you do score, do you go for 2?
Go for 2
You got to go
and
for
win.
2. You got to go for 2 and win.
Go for 2 in the win.
And just for the record, if they go for 2 and win, our producer, Roddy White, made us pick MVPs early. So we're off the hook in the box.
Right.
That came from the truck.
So here you go, 1st and 10. 22 seconds to go. Ball sitting at the 28. Sophomores trying to make a last-second comeback. McWhorter came in there and took the snap.
Can't take a sack. Got the
scrambling around, throwing on the run. Intercepted and dropped.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. Standifer could have sealed the game right there.
Man. And talking about 9 lives. Cannot take a sack right here. The game is over. Gets away somehow. And Standifer, oh, my goodness, hit him right in the hands.
All he had to do was catch it and fall down, and the game's over.
So 13 seconds, no timeouts. Just about got to go to the end zone here twice, in my opinion.
Yep, 2nd down and 10.
Got to go twice.
Yeah, you can't throw it in the middle of the field. You'll never get to the ball and spike it. McWhorter dancing around back there. Heavy rush. Hunter misses him. Being chased by Hunter, throwing. And it is caught at the 10-yard line. Are they going to run out of time? That's the question. That was Dandridge. Down to 2 seconds. They'll never spike it in time, I don't think.
Can't spike it. They get a ball playoff.
Well, it's a first down. They can spike it. And they do right there. The clock never moved. So the officials are going to have to sort through that.
It's going to be 1 second. Maybe one. We are getting our money's worth right here. Yeah, he could spike it. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, they picked up the first down, so he could spike it.
Yep.
So the ball is sitting at the 5. We're down to 1 play left. Probably should be at least 1 second on the clock instead of 2. But that's what we're rolling with right here. McWhorter, final play of the game, going for the fade route. It's caught for a touchdown!
Oh, my goodness.
Dandridge with the touchdown catch.
Got to go for 2. Get him off the field. Got to go for 2.
31-30. Wow. What a drive by Brody McWhorter.
Ooh.
At times scrambling for his life to keep a play alive.
Here we go.
And he leads them to the touchdown that cuts it to 1. So here you go.
John Rick's going to call the play. See him in the huddle there.
They're going for 2 in the win.
And you've got to think Brody McWhorter is going to scramble. He's got to have a run-pass option.
Yeah, well, that's where it's been on this drive, his ability to keep the play alive, to elude the pass rush, to throw on the run. That's what got him here. What a performance by Brody McWhorter.
Oh, man.
Sophomore out of Cass. Already has 6 offers. You got Florida State probably at the top of his list right now if you're looking at the on-3 predictor. But it's still a long way to go for this 10th grader. But he's shown you a lot of big things to come in the next 2 years for him and the Cass Colonels.
Yeah, he got high as the playoffs went on. He got better as the year went on. And hold your breath. Last play of the Georgia high school football season comes down to a 2-point conversion.
Going for 2 in the win. McWhorter takes the snap. No, instead it goes to the running back. And he is not going to get in. The freshmen come up with their first ever win in the Georgia Elite Classic with a goal line stand on the 2-point conversion. The freshmen beat the sophomores 31-30.
What a game. What a game.
What a finish. Best game of the day, last game of the day.
Wow.
And here's a look at our play of the game presented by Smart Local 85. And could he get to the end zone? He did not. And it was Max Brown, our Gatorade Defensive Player of the game, coming up with the single biggest defensive play of the game.
What a football game. What a football game. What a football game. What a way to end the year. And just tells you how good and how special Georgia high school football, those two teams all the way to the end.
How fun was that?
Wow. That made it worth it.
31-30 the final. The freshmen beat the sophomores for the first time in Georgia Elite Classic history to cap our day. Rusty,
it took every play, my man.
Great working with you for the entire season.